Welcome back to the IU427 garage, everybody. Today we are working on the King's Cobra Mark IV project. I'm going around the car right now. I've still got some good sized stuff to do, meaning I've got to cut out the openings for the side pipes. I've got to put the side pipes on. Got to put the pool noodle in between the chassis and the body. But I'm starting in the front of the car today anyway, and I'm just trying to take care of some loose ends. You know, stuff that I've known about, but haven't really addressed. And I'll bring you right back and we'll take a look at what I'm working on. I haven't been doing music updates lately, but today is June 11th, and we got word today that Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys has passed away. So I am going through my Beach Boys repertoire of music that I have loaded on the server, and I'm listening to like Beach Boys only today. So rest in peace, Brian. The front of the car, I am working on getting like wiring strapped and any loose ends that I've been putting off. So for instance, we put the horn over here on the chassis. So we've basically got it mounted to the mount for the power steering or the steering rack. And this puts it up out of the way so that hopefully no debris is going to hit it. And then I extended the wires right over to here. The problem was I hadn't strapped any of these wires, so I basically just ran the wires with the split loom down and over to the horn. And I just finished up adding some P-clips or cushion clips to basically the same mounting holes and screws that the brake lines were attached to the chassis with. So I've got one there, one right there, and one right here. This little bit right here, I'm just gonna leave loose. I think it's gonna be just fine. So those are the kind of things that, you know, I'm kind of concentrating my efforts on today. But we've got other things in the car that we're gonna be doing this week as well. I'm gonna go ahead and get the cutouts here done for the side pipes. And I know this looks like it's way off right now. However, the header is not in the position that it's going to be in. It's actually going to drop down a little bit. And this right here is actually going to get pushed out when we put the front splash shield in. So we're going to have to do some trimming, but it doesn't look as bad. Sorry. It's not as bad as it looks. I almost said that backward. It actually looks really bad, but it's not. We're only gonna have to trim maybe about 1/4 of an inch, maybe 3/8, we'll see. So I'm gonna do the same thing over on this side. This side looks better, but I'm still gonna have to do probably some trimming in the front portion right here, because if I don't, then what's gonna happen is the side pipe at the back is gonna be right against the body, and obviously we don't want that. I've got to put the pool noodles in. So I'm going to put a pool noodle in between the chassis and the body right here below the windshield post. That's going to seal off any air that's going to go into the cockpit. Then of course I'm going to have to do the side pipe and the side pipe mounts as well. So I've got a bunch of stuff I'm going to be working on in this week's video, but I'm still going to start with all this stuff in the front. I've got other wiring, like the wiring for the headlights and the marker lights, turn signals, that kind of stuff that I'm gonna take care of in the front too. But we'll see. I'm going to continue the rest of the evening working on the stuff in the front, and I'll probably see you guys tomorrow when I don't know, start on maybe the side pipes or the pool noodle. We'll see. It is the next day, and I couldn't leave well enough alone. I was out here in the shop kind of late last night, and I started fussing with the door on the driver's side. And it just got to the point where I had to start all over. I wasn't happy with the lip that it had at the bottom. Now, I know I mentioned it in the last video that it was fine, and honestly, it would have been fine, because it could have been addressed when the owner finally decides that he wants to paint the car. But me being me, I saw it and I thought, oh, I can get that a little better, and then I fussed with it a little bit and it wasn't going my way, and so I ended up redoing the whole door. And so you can see I did a little bit of trimming. That's why you see all the fiberglass dust in here. You can see my hands. And so I just trimmed it down here where you see a little bit of the black marker. And then I went ahead and I pulled the bottom of the body out about another ½ inch, which seemed to alleviate the lip that we had right here. And over here, it's still the way it was. So I'm much happier with the way the door functions now. It still opens and closes the same because we didn't change the hinge. We didn't change the door latch. None of that stuff changed, but I was able to get the door to fit a little bit nicer. Now, it's still not perfect, you know, because of the way it's manufactured. There's a gap down there that's going to have to be addressed. And the margin from the top to the bottom here isn't the same, but at least it opens and closes and it's flush now. So there's no lip sticking out at the bottom. So today what I'm working on is I'm going to pull, I've already got the front end up in the air, and I'm going to pull the front wheels, and I'm going to cut the pool noodle and fit it. So I've got a pool noodle sitting right back here. This month's selection is green. This is what was on sale at the 99-cent store. So that's what we've got. And then after the pool noodle, I'll probably work on getting the side pipes mounted. So I'll have to clearance the holes on the side of the car for the side pipes, and then they'll go in and the hangers will go in, and you know how it goes. So I'll bring you back when there's something else to show you. Next day, everybody, music update. Foreigner, Jukebox Hero. I'm working on the side pipes today, and I started last night getting the cutouts kind of, and I don't think it wasn't the cutouts. I've never done the Gasson pipes and the Gasson headers together. Every time I've experienced their products, it's like been one or the other. So it's been the Gasson headers with the Factory 5 pipes, or the Factory 5 headers with the Gasson pipes. So this time it's both. They've got a ball and socket type assembly for the headers, which allowed me to get the side pipes lined up with the profile of the side of the body. But in the process, because of the way their ball and socket is, I had to cut way more of the body than I had originally anticipated, and each of them was on like the opposite per side of the vehicle. So for instance, on this side, I didn't have to trim anything in the back, but I had to trim the top about ½ inch, and I had to trim the front right here. On the other side, I had to trim neither the front nor the top. I just had to trim the back. Now, I'm going to show you here in a second how I kind of measure for these and how I'm able to get a straight cut, because unlike the cutouts where I was using a template and I marked them out with a black marker, down here, you can't really use a template because the pipes are going to be different if you're using Gasson versus Factory 5 pipes. And so a universal template just wouldn't work. So you can see the outlines of my masking tape there. But on this one, the top was fine, and I had to trim the back. Now I did end up having to re-level the engine. And the reason that I did it was because I wasn't comfortable with just kind of eyeballing the ball and socket to make sure that it was straight. And I figured the only way I was going to be able to measure it accurately was to pull the flange and the clamp off the end of the headers and then measure them from the deck or the runway of the lift, either up to the bottom of the collector or to the top of the collector. I ended up doing both, but I measured on both sides and I realized that I was almost an inch out from one side or the other. Now, it's infinitesimal, the amount of movement that you really have to put on the engine itself. Like 1/8 of an inch moving the engine will translate to 1 inch out at the end of the collector. So you really have to be careful not to overdo it. But I just loosened the motor mount bolts that go through the chassis, and I just kind of pushed up and pushed down a little bit on the ends of the headers to get it to where both sides were the same measurement. And I think I ended up like 12 7/8 to the bottom on each side. So that's kind of where I started, and then I just kind of eyeballed what looked straight for the collectors, so they were coming out of the body at the same spot, and I could tell I was going to have to do more trimming on the driver's side, so it wasn't a big deal. Now, I have not put in the actual hardware for the header to collector for the side pipe, other than just standard 3/8 hardware for right now. I did not find them in the bag. I've got a bag right here with all the parts from Gaston, and I don't see any of that hardware in there. So I'm gonna have to go upstairs and see if I can find the bolts and nuts that came with the Factory 5 kit for these and use those. But I've got them temporarily mounted in there. Let me go back to the other side of the car. I'm gonna show you kind of how I tape it to get my cut straight, because I did cut these similar to the louver openings. I basically used the death wheel and an angle grinder to cut them close, and then I went back in with a drum sander to clean them up. So this part's gonna be easier if you have two people. So if you have your missus or a buddy around to hold the ends of the side pipe while you're over here working on these, what you're gonna do is on the eyeball, you're gonna adjust the eyeball so that it is as close to the same angle as the front flange of the collector, the side pipe collector, as you can get it, and then just kind of get them as close to fitting flush on there as possible. If you are pushing forward and you're running out of space here, obviously you're going to have to cut there. If you're not able to get it as far back as you need it, obviously you're going to have to cut back here. I always suggest cutting a little bit at a time. Don't take these huge, like 3/4 of an inch cuts at a time. Sneak up on it. So I knew I needed about a 1/2 inch or so from the back of this one. And you can see the piece that I ended up with was just about that. I've done enough of these that I knew that that's what I was going to need. So it's probably 3/8 with the thickness of the blade, almost a 1/2 inch at the top. And then here at the bottom, it's closer to a 1/2. And I did angle it so it's tighter at the top than it is at the bottom. And I simply did that because I could see when I was resting the side pipe up against the flange that that's where I was going to need more clearancing. So what I did is I took a piece of masking tape, I put it across the top, even though I didn't cut the top, because I wanted it as a reference when I came back in here to clean this up with the drum sander. And then I took a piece of tape and kind of just eyeballed it where I knew I needed to clearance. So remember, my cut was back here before, probably where the tip of my fingernail is. And so I spaced my tape back from that edge about 3/8 of an inch, but as I got closer to the bottom, I pushed it closer to a 1/2 inch. And I'm just using standard, tan, or what is that? Some people call it brown masking tape. It's just your standard masking tape. On the painted surface or even on the gel coat, it sticks just fine and it's easy to pull it back off. So that's what I used to make the cutout position. And then I took the angle grinder with a death wheel I cut right inside of that tape line, and then I just kind of took the angle grinder and zipped the top of it so it would snap off. Then I went in with the drum sander, and I evened it all out. So I mean, the cutouts came out really nice, but they were bigger than I think I would have had to make them if we had been dealing with the Factory 5 side pipes and headers. I just think in this case, you know, Factory 5 has got a handle on where the cutouts need to go for their headers and their side pipes. So you're always going to have to do a little bit of adjusting when you're using an aftermarket part versus a part that comes, you know, directly from the manufacturer. Now, I have not attached the rear hangers yet, and I'm going to wait. I'm probably going to be doing that in the next video, because what I want to do is I want to get the car back on all 4 tires, and I'm probably going to do ride height and corner weighting to this car before I adjust the side pipes. And once that's all done, then I'll adjust the side pipes so they're level on the side of the car, and then I'll figure out where the hangers need to be. Now, this hanger assembly is completely different than what Factory 5 uses too. So I've already been online looking at the procedures for mounting the hardware that came with the side pipes, and I'll get to that when we actually do that part of it. But I think I'm going to end the video here, only because I've still got enough material to carry over into the next video, and I'm going to be concentrated on all the stuff here in the front. So I've still got to, you'll see it in the video, I've already done the wiring, so I've got it all strapped up out of the way. I've got to get the side louvers installed. I've got to get the splash shields installed. Oh, last thing on the actual side pipe cutout. Don't worry too much about this cutout and how close it is with the side pipes, because it's going to grow. So as the splash shield goes in here and you pull the body out, this distance is actually going to grow. So don't worry too much about that. But so those are the things that I'm going to be working on in the next video, and I'm going to close this one out here. As always, if you are enjoying the content here, please do the like, the share, the subscribe, all that kind of stuff. We'll see you next time. Have a great day.